getting his money? Garcia is saying from the Black Star Line. He says, yeah, can y'all hear me? Yeah, can y'all hear me? Okay. Yeah, I was sitting up there playing the promo and I didn't know that it wasn't no sound. Let me see if y'all yeah, it should be good now. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, but what's good? What's good? You know, we have the debate tonight. I mean the face off tonight, and the debate will be tomorrow, and that will be Domo versus Taz. So this is coming down to the wire. I just decided to go live because I know the boy Swab is on vacation, and this is usually the stomping ground for the debaters. So I'm gonna go live for a minute. I could be making some money right now, but I'm gonna spend a couple hours with you guys. And before this interview tonight with both of the debaters, once again, their debate is set for tomorrow. That will be Domo and Taz. Can separation disrupt the impact of white supremacy? Can separation disrupt the impact of white supremacy. So it is going down, family. And this is for the opportunity to go to the Solar Vision Debate League Finals, SVDL Bowl 4. I mean, SVDL Bowl 3. And speaking of 4, season 4 will be going down in September. We're going to get these debates out the way. So this is kind of like the off season in a way for you niggas that is not debating. So with that being said, you know, it should be a very interesting interview tonight. We kind of, you know, it's kind of mellow for the conference finals. You know, not too much back and forth going. So, you know, they getting all their information together. It's going to be personal. And, you know, the sparks is going to fly after the debate, family. So, you know, it's going to go down after the debate. The judges for that debate will be Solving a Race Problem, Melvin and Yara. All right, so, yeah, family, this is for all the martyrs. And on the other side, we got A9 and we got Asar MK. And they're quiet as well. Both sides are kind of quiet. So, you know, that's going to make out to be a very, very interesting final result. So these are the final 4 in the Solar Vision Debate League. It's been a long season. We already know that. But it's going to get up on the giddy up when it's time to giddy up. Yes, family. So, yeah, everything's remained to be seen now. Like, you know, all we got to do now is debate. You know, their debate is about maybe 5 days away. That's set for the 18th. That's Asar MK and my main man, Anonymous Hebrew. They're going to be getting it in. So make sure you be in the building for that. And that is for the opportunity to go to the Solar Vision Debate League Finals once again, family. Because, yeah. Well, this ain't my channel, so I can't really give out wrenches. And so you know, we kind of leave that duty up to Swab Boss. Shout out to Swab Beezy. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna rock out here on the Argument League, talk a little ish right before the discussion. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, the title of that debate between Asar MK and Anonymous Hebrew is 401ks or insurance versus insurance. Which is a better tool to close the racial wealth gap? Now, I just was looking on my job and it was I actually have a 401k for, you know, my job. And I was like, damn, should I get it? You know what I mean? I'm gonna wait till after the debate to decide whether I'm gonna get it or not. So you better do your thing, man. You know what I'm saying? You better do your thing, man. You know, oh, you said both, so maybe I gotta do both. I gotta get the life insurance and the 401k, you know what I mean? Do the 1-2 thing, you know, that way. So, you know, get ready for my retirement and shit, you know? But in the meantime, in between time, we do have a debate lined up tomorrow, family. Like I said, it's been a little quiet. You know, I ain't been stirring the pot either. You know, I ain't been stirring the pot because, you know, once it get to this point, I understand that it's about preparation. It's about preparation. So I ain't been stirring the pot as what Solarmind usually does, you know. But, you know, this should make out for some classics debates coming up. And it's going to be a couple. It's hard. It's hard to lose in the conference finals because you know that you're worthy. It's hard. And it's going to come down to some key points because there is always good debaters. There's always good debaters, bro. You know? It's good debaters, bro. You know? When you lose in a conference fight, that's worth crying. You know? I remember we had a forfeit game in Little League. We had a forfeit game. We won by forfeit. They showed up too late. So I'm saying that to the coach, and the coaches are talking. So he like, that's a forfeit. And this is in a conference finals. And these motherfuckers, right? They were the New Jersey Simbas. That's what they called themselves. And they never lost games, bro. They never lost games. Undefeated. Every year they go undefeated. If you beat them, it's like, you know, some lucky type of stuff, you know. They really lost, but they came late. So my coach was like, yeah, you know, because he was trying to say, let the kids play. He was trying to sell that to him. The coach said, yeah, well, the kids could play, but, you know, it is what it is as far as with the rules. The rules is the rules. Man, they let us play, man, them Simbas, they beat us 37-14. But guess what? We still won. Because they came late. So they beat us, right? And they were crying, bro. They was crying. And they beat us 37-14. They whooped us. But guess what? When the coach broke that news that you're going home, they started crying, bro. And we was pointing at them laughing. You know what I'm saying? It was a bittersweet victory, I'll bet, but just to rub it in their damn face. You know what I'm saying? You're still going home, motherfuckers. Yeah. So it hurts. It hurts because you know you're supposed to be there in the championship. Who is going to hoist the trophy? And I'm telling you, right? I'm going to get a nice trophy this year. I'm going to get a nice trophy. You know what I'm saying? This year. I get a nice trophy every year, though, but it's going to be better than the last trophy. You know, when I get a new trophy, it's going to be better than the last trophy. So it's something to debate for. And this is all about black rights and displaying your talent, displaying your debating skills. Alonzo Hall, All-Star Advisor. You know? Are you a part of that rookie class? I wanted to have a stream yesterday. For the rookie class for season 4. Now we're gonna have a few debaters. We have Alonzo. You should be a part of that rookie class, but we have 3 others. We got KWTV. We have Asiatic, Afro Asiatic, and we have Mark the Puncher. I guess the Mark the Puncher. You know, those are the 3 new debaters that's coming into season 4 as rookies. Shout out to those 3 debaters. You should be part of that rookie class. Alonzo, All-Star Advisor. You should be a part of that rookie class. That'll be good for you. Yeah, that's Tom Bandit. Tom Bandit is Mark the Puncher. Yeah, he changed his name. He told me that yesterday. That he changed his name from Tom Bandit to Mark the Puncher. You know? So, yeah. So yeah, it should be definitely. We're gonna bring them in. We're gonna bring them in for a nice little. Had them mix it up a little bit. Then I'ma release the motherfucking hounds on them niggas. Release the hounds on them niggas. That's what we do when we do it here on Argument League.
Release the hound.
Ha ha! Yeah, so hold on, which mic is on? Hold on a second. Let me switch mics. I think I got my camera mic on. Desktop audio. Oh yeah, I got my damn camera mic on. Bring that Yeti on this bitch. Okay.
Testing. Alright. Yeah, I had my damn camera. My bad. Alright, we good now. Alright, so yeah, family. That'll be the rookie class. You know, bring your butt on in here. You know? Alonzo All-Star. You gotta mix it up with the big boys. You mix it up with the big boys. Get some, you know, debates under your belt, and I think you'll be a pretty solid debater. You know? So that'll be the rookie class, but it may be more because, you know, like I said, we're doing a merger. You know, we're gonna talk to Yemraya and see what's good with that brother, and if everything is on point and everything is, you know, definitely solid, as far as you know, what we doing or whatever, and we'll bring those guys, and all of them will be rookies. All of them will be rookies, and they just have to buy into the idea. You know, they have to buy into the idea, because I'm not here to do nothing but set up some debates and talk a little shit, because you know we talk some shit over here on Solar Vision Debate League and the Argument League. Some of the best shit talkers on YouTube. So don't take it personal. Just a little bit of shit talking. But when you step up in that ring, it's a whole nother animal, because, you know, all the cursing. You can't do none of that stuff. That's what I'm saying. You can't do none of that stuff when the lights are on, the clock is on, and everybody's watching you. The pressure is on. I want to see how this rapid fire go for both debates, the final four, especially for that Taz and Domo. You know, I think that's going to be a crucial round. I think that with Anonymous Hebrew and the Solarmind, that would be something that I believe, yeah, that'd be a crucial for them to. That I think about it, yeah, because Asar do have a turn up, but we're gonna see if it's definitely you know, ready for the antics of Anonymous Hebrew. That definitely is gonna be a good matchup. I want to see how he's able to handle Anonymous in that rapid fire round. He's very crafty, you know, and Asar MK, you know, since this is kind of in the line of Anonymous Hebrew's profession, so you're gonna have to definitely pull one of those rounds out, you know, whether it's a rebuttal, opening, particularly the premise of the rebuttal. You're gonna have to pull one of those out, you know. And have an excellent closing, I believe. You know, do your thing. You know, because there's going to be a lot of information thrown. And judges, we got Judge Sam coming in. Judge Sam will be judging this debate. We have Daniel Heru, also will be judging the debate. And most likely we're going to bring in Assistant Leah, Chocolate Hebrew, or we're going to bring in Amber. Alright. So that should be very interesting as well. But, you know, with me, you know, I talk a lot of ish. I've been actually looking on the news, because I actually did want to go live on the channel. You know what I'm saying? Today. Because I've been like, you know, I keep up on shit. I like to look at stuff. And I look around. First I look at black media. You know, look at a couple of channels. Shout out to Taz Exclusives. You know, he has some content that I'm beginning to actually, okay, I see what the whole thing is about over there. And it's like, okay, definitely. I was checking out his Nas joint today, and yeah, he does have some very, very provocative, interesting content on his pages. So shout out to the brother. And I become, you know, actually a watcher, you know, because at first I didn't even watch, you know, Taz videos, and now I'm beginning to actually watch. Let me see what's going on over there, you know. So shout out to the brother. And then from there, I go over to, actually mainstream. You got to always be up on what's going on in the mainstream media. Why? Because the dead watches the mainstream media. You got to be up on it. You got to be able to explain, nah, bro. No, bro. That's fake. That's fake shit right there. You got to be able to explain that. So I would use right now as the time to get into that. You know how we do here on the Argument League. Let's find something to argue about here on the Argument League. Shout out to Swap Beezy. He's on vacation. He's over there, giving Taz some pointers. You know what I mean? We're going to keep that on the hush though. He's over there in Las Vegas. He flew out there just to give him some pointers. It's a conspiracy. Shout out to Swab Beezy. So, with that being said, I got these banana clips for you orangutans. Yes, family. Let's talk about some things. Now, I'm going to leave the, because this is not my channel, so I'm going to leave the COVID stuff alone. I'm not going to fuck with the COVID stuff. I'll do that on my channel, because, it could go down with the COVID when you're dealing with this YouTube shit. So I'm going to leave that alone. But there's some new stuff that I did come across. I'm like, yeah, should I go live? Yeah. Because I know when I start, if I was to start something, I got to finish it. So I go in. All the way in. Knee deep. So I'm going to leave that alone, But it is some things that I was checking out and I'm looking like, oh, interesting. That is interesting. And we're going to deal with it right now. Because I definitely got some banana clips for your orangutans. Tonight will be the rapid fire discussion. I keep on saying rapid fire, but the face off. Domo and Taz. Much anticipated matchup, family. So this is where you want to be if you're about that debate life, man. So let's get into it. Asar MK is in the building. What's good?
Woo! 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 Well, Solar, I took a walk just the other day, and I looked at old Space Mountain, brother, and I said, woo, she's got another spin in her, brother. Woo! And the Netcher boy had to put the ladies on hold for one special one I saw online, brother. But let me tell you something. She cost a lot of money, just like it costs a lot of money to have a world champion such as myself step on a panel. So here's the deal. The financial advisor, the escrow specialist, the currently working for the 11th ranked bank in the world right now, brother, woo, is going to sit down with Little Anonymous and teach him, brother, step by step. And you know why? Because it has to be done that way. Life insurance has been used for a long time, Anonymous. Hasn't helped the black community. In fact, the racial wealth gap got bigger, didn't it? So when I walk you down on these facts so I can bring it back for the blacks, we're going to look at how we became the middle class. We're going to take a look at what's driving the workforce today when it comes to real estate, when it comes to immediate finance, and when it comes to long-term economics. You're in trouble. And you my brother, so I love you. But those who want to run ramshod with the life insurance policy, looking at numbers that only benefit Europeans, that's a problem. That's a problem for you. It's time to diversify your bonds.
Is ready for the conference finals, family. Oh shit. Anonymous, be careful, bro. Be careful with this one, bro. Uh-oh.
And I'm just on break. So you get a hot take while I'm on break. But Anonymous, I hear you talking, little brother. You know, you door to door knocking. Hey, cause life insurance balloon, you get the door slammed in your face. I'm gonna do the same thing to you. I'm gonna slam the door in you. I'm gonna slam the coffin shut. This is a coffin match. And when you get in a coffin match, somebody gets buried. And so the information I bring will bury what you bring. And that way, whether I win, lose, or draw because somebody's got an inch in their panty line or their drawers are too tight around their sack, it won't matter. Because when you play it back, the plan will be set. They will know at the end of the day, you better go get a 401k or an IRA. Assar the Netcha boy don't play. Take it away, Solar.
Goddamn, family. It seems like he's locked and loaded, family, ready for this conference finals. I don't know, man. Anonymous. Be careful. Be careful, brother. Seems like he's locked and loaded and all set to go. We'll see who comes out on the top once again. It'll be Anonymous Hebrew and Anon. Life insurance or 401k. Which is going to close the racial wealth gap for black people. Family is going down on the 18th. And this is for all the marbles. Yes. So if you are about that, the big life, this is where you want to be. Yeah. So with that being said. Yeah, I was just looking on the news and I was seeing some things. So we're going to bring up a couple of clips. Like I said, I ain't messing with the COVID. I ain't messing with the COVID. But, you know, you got this situation going over there in Haiti. That I found to be very interesting. They're mounting a revolution in Cuba. You know, we know Castro is now made the transition. He's dead now. So now there's this revolution going on in Cuba. World politics. Understand what's going on around you. You know? So I feel that it's necessary for Solarmind to kind of step out the box at times. You know? How about we do it the other way? How about we do it the other way? Let me see. Yeah, display capture. Alright, what do we want to start out with? Let's start out with yesterday's news, and we'll take it back.
Tonight, the new FDA warning on a rare but serious...
Okay. Okay, here we go.
A side effect from the Johnson & Johnson COVID vaccine. The CDC reporting heat fueling a wildfire fueled by the highly contagious Delta variant. Hospitalizations up 30% or more in 11 spots. Most what's driving the anger at President Biden's new message to the demonstrators. The extreme heat fueling a wildfire emergency in the West, homes destroyed, and evacuation orders in effect. The battle in Texas, Democrats fleeing the state to block GOP-backed voting restrictions. Could they be arrested? A major milestone in the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan. Our exclusive with the top U.S. general stepping down from command. New images from inside the spaceship, the moment billionaire Richard Branson made history as Jeff Bezos gets ready for his turn. and the first pitch inspiring America.
This is NBC Nightly News with
You know what's crazy about this whole thing? Like they'll give you a whole bunch of bad news and then end it with like some inspirational type of story shit. Just to fuck with you, you know? Just to fuck with you. They'll do that. Yeah? Let me see if y'all able to hear. Okay, it's good. Just want to know if I was checking it out, see if y'all was able to hear. Yeah, so they'll fuck with you. They'll give you a bunch of crazy news about the world and, you know, a lot of stuff going on around the world and a lot of problems with all different types of stuff. And say, you know, but the last segment will give a, you know, a silver lining in the dark cloud, you know.
Mr. Holt.
Good evening, everyone. Another possible setback for
Saturday night with that COVID.
What's 4 kids come September?
I'm going to go in on that COVID.
Steve Patterson, thank you. Tonight, President Biden is calling on Cuba's leaders to hear their people, asserting fundamental and universal rights after a weekend of historic anti-government protests. Andrea Mitchell has the latest.
Thousands of demonstrators spilling into the streets of Cuba this weekend, calling for an end to the 62-year communist regime. Chants of "We want freedom" echoing through the streets. Protesters dumping trash and throwing rocks. Demonstrations sparked by chronic food shortages and blackouts. In Miami, protests in solidarity with Havana.
So were they cool when Castro was in power? I'm trying to figure this out. They wasn't protesting when Castro was in power. But now that Castro is gone, they're protesting. And one may say, well, maybe because Castro, you know, they was afraid of messing with Castro. Well, in order for that to be, you know, a valid statement, it would have to be some people backing them. Because if everybody, all these people that you're saying now, if all these people had a problem with Castro, then they should have been protesting. I don't know. I would have to look into this one. Because it's ironic to me that all of a sudden now they are actually protesting. And you know how America's going to paint it. Now, there may be something totally different going on over there. Maybe the person in power now is not, you know, worthy of being in power. We don't know exactly what's going on over there. But how they're going to paint it is saying, like, you know, the largest anti-protest in decades is saying. Cuba's largest anti-government protest. And, you know, I find it very interesting how America finds the convenience of actually dipping into other people's issues. And they have issues over here that they don't really want other people talking about or like that. I was looking at an interview with Vladimir Putin. And, you know, American media is so crazy. He just exposed them. And exposed the childish rhetoric, you know, that the media actually, you know, portrays. And he exposes how dumb the masses in America is. He was like, I think the guy in the media asked him the question like, yeah, did Biden look you in the face and say that, what did he say, that you were going to, you're going to hell or some old stuff like that. So Putin was like, I don't remember that happening, but, you know, I don't think he's a liar, so, you know, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But what good is that going to do anybody? How you talking to a world leader and asking those stupid ass questions? Because this is the shit that we want to hear. We want to hear stupid shit like that. We like smash mouth in your face type of rhetoric. That's good enough for Americans. We have our own type of way of operating. So then you have this revolt in Cuba. We don't really know what's going on, but let the mind fucking media tell us.
We've been waiting for change for so long.
Maria Figueroa has family in Cuba.
So she's not in Cuba. So you're already having this biased perspective. How convenient.
I don't even know what their situation is.
She's not even crying. She's not even crying. So why are you trying to sound like, yo, let me go in on his shit, bro.
Is right now.
An economic crisis exacerbated by the pandemic and no access to approved COVID vaccines.
You see how they always bring that home? They're going to bring it home on several occasions.
A perfect storm for anti-regime anger that spread rapidly as more Cubans recently gained access to the internet. Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel today blaming...
Yeah, so it's something up top going on for all this. They recently gained access to the internet, meaning that they were like in their own little world, ignorant of a lot of shit. I watched an interview with Asada Shakur. She loves it in Cuba. She didn't have a problem with it. I was watching that interview maybe a couple of months back. You know, she's saying, for those who are unaware of Asada Shakur, she was part of the BMA, BLA, I think, Black Liberation Army, BLA. And, you know, they actually gave her refuge in Cuba. So here we go with this thing right here. Now that Castro's out of power, it was already people waiting in the wings. You see, Obama, during his administration, he went over there. You know, so it's a lot of discussing that was going on, and it was, you know, I think they raised the bounty for Asada Shakur's capture during the Obama administration.
The unrest on U.S. sanctions.
The lack of medicine and food, all those topics that are embedded in our society as dissatisfaction. What is the origin? It's a blockade.
They simply are not hearing the voices and will of the Cubans.
Here we go, bro. Using the resources to their advantage, bro. Using the resources, yeah, it's not enough resources. Yeah, they got sanctions on these motherfuckers. So you gonna remember back in the 60s? Remember, I think going as back as far as the 60s, because I know that the issue with the Cuba missile crisis that was during the Kennedy administration, and so before that, going into the 50s, and they used to have casinos over that motherfucker. You know, they was balling out in Cuba for a minute. You know, Cuba was the spot, so they trying to make that happen again. They want Cuba. Cuba was personal for America. That was personal. That was embarrassing. And that's why the Soviets actually exploited that by, you know, putting the missile over there. That was just a flex right there. They weren't going to do nothing. That was just letting them know, like, yeah, how you fuck up over here in your own land. You know what I mean? Close, like, you know, in close proximity to your homeland. How you fucking up over here? We're gonna put these missiles over here just to fuck with you and aiming at America. Got us all running up in an uproar. We tripping off of that. That would be the today's version of like the Taliban takes over Cuba, you know. You know. They built a nice terrorist airport right off of Cuba, you know. So that was embarrassing. That's why it was so personal with that Kennedy stuff, man. It was personal. So now they're trying to. Now they want it back. They waited all these years, bro. This is a long wait. This is how bad they wanted this Cuba. Oh, now it's a resource issue. I see. Oh, the people are uprising now. Okay, I see. Interesting. That just shows how great of a leader Castro was, for him to hold it down that long. Because it had to be there. He had to sell the people, you know, because there wasn't that much protest going on, and maybe, you know, it could have been all factors and the fear and all that, but they seem not to be afraid now. Definitely.
And people deeply, deeply, deeply tired of the repression.
President Obama established diplomatic relations with Cuba and removed it from the U.S. list of state sponsors of terrorism. But the Trump administration put Cuba back on that list.
Yo, Trump crazy. Trump crazy. He gonna put him back on the list. That's how you know, like, you know, nothing is guaranteed, bro, when you're dealing with this beast, bro. Because a new administration comes with new rules and a new set of circumstances. Trump comes in and puts him back on there. Yo, this motherfucker crazy.
Posing tougher sanctions, which President Biden has not lifted.
This is our president, bro. This senile dude, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. This administration. Now, I know that the Donald Trump administration was entertaining. It was entertaining because he was always in the middle of some stuff. So we'll give him that. But this administration right here, bro. Yeah.
Government of Cuba to refrain from violence. There are attempts to silence the voice of the people of Cuba.
So far, Biden's been much tougher on Cuba than President Obama was. A senior official saying when people protest for human rights, the administration will stand with them. Lester?
All right. Okay, so they're waiting for the people to make the move. This is going to be interesting with this whole Cuba thing. When they make that move, making it to a human rights issue, because that's justification now. To now go over there and do their wicked shit. Next thing you know, it's going to be a casino popping up in that motherfucker again. Yeah. I'm looking at this like, interesting.
Andrea Mitchell, thank you. In the West tonight, a growing threat from wildfires and fears that more homes will be lost as extreme heat and drought make conditions even worse. Miguel Almaguer has the latest.
These are the apocalyptic conditions firefighters in Northern California face. A perfect recipe for disaster. Fueled by scorching temperatures and extreme drought, the Beckworth...
You know... What did the lady from the Republican far right, what was her name? I forget her name. She was saying that she went into conspiracy zone, what they call it, and said that they're shooting lasers to start the wildfires. You know, this is what they're saying. This is what she said. And I heard that theory before, that conspiracy before. But this is what I want to talk about when it's this whole wildfire. Because the wildfire gets a lot of publicity. And one may say, oh yeah, it's a wildfire. You know, this affect people in the forest. Yeah, but it's a lot of shit that affect people that don't make the news. You know, you always got to understand how the beasts work. It always has to be some sort of hidden agenda behind what he's actually showing consistently on the news. Make no doubt about it. That if it's on the news consistently, it's part of their overall agenda. Got to school you on how to dissect and understand how this beast works. So, what's up with this wildfire thing, one may ask? Why is they always showing, you know, or updating us on this wildfire? Now, I think that this would be good local news. You know, the person in the area needs to know about the wildfires. Cool. But the wildfires is part of this overall agenda. Why? Because they're saying, you know what causes the wildfire? Global warming. Global warming. You know what causes global warming? People. People, and how we use this, you know, how we deplete the ozone layer. It's too many people consuming too many things, and we're using too many products that has an impact on the ozone layer, which creates wildfires. This is what they're suggesting. So even the wildfire thing is part of this whole agenda for depopulation. So this is what I'm saying, right? This is part of a depopulation plan. And it's so layered that you don't even know it. You don't even know that them consistently showing the wildfires is part of their plan on killing you. Yes, we need less humans on the planet. Why? Because the way we consume products has and the products that we use has an impact on the ozone layer, which results in wildfires. Read the works that's on the website of the Club of Rome. The Club of Rome talks about these things. How we are a plague to the environment. What's his name? Pernanke? The crazy ass Dr. Pernanke. He was saying that the problem with the world is people. He wished he could come back, if he could reincarnate, as a virus to kill off most of humanity. You read about the Georgia Guidestones. They want to depopulate the planet by almost 90%. 500 million is what they want around the world. The whole planet. 500 million. That's a lot of depopulating. Why? So when you look at this here about these wildfires, understand that it's a part of their whole agenda and their plot to say that you are the problem with the planet. Let's continue.
Complex fire doubled in size Saturday, grew by 20,000.
So it could be that they're shooting lasers from the damn sky. Look how big this fire is. It's in the wildfires. And she actually, when I actually say, I forgot actually what she showed or what she was saying. But I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Look at how vicious this fire is, bro. And then they had these fucking helicopters, like, pretty much like, it's almost like trying to put a damn house fire that's on blazing fire with a fucking water pistol. They got a super soaker trying to put out this blaze and shit.
1,000 acres Sunday and forced some to run for their lives.
I'd planned on staying, but when you see the firemen running like that, it's probably a good idea to go ahead and leave.
58 wildfires are burning across the West. The bootleg fire in Oregon, the nation's largest, is racing out of control.
Normally we see fire behavior like this in these big fires, not until August or September.
Extreme heat is also cooking the region.
This is a climate crisis.
Scientists say this is a clear hallmark of climate change. After the hottest June on record, Las Vegas and St. George, Utah hit weekend records of 117 degrees. Death Valley, an unbearable 130.
We're heating up the planet and changing the climate in a way that humans have never experienced before. And we're already dealing with the consequences. So it's a question of how bad do we want it to get?
The extreme heat is
You
fueling
see,
this epic
they're
drought.
begging, that's what they call begging the question. You know? What do we do about this? The humans, you know? We're the problem. So how do you solve this? Is, you know, they're begging the question. When they got a whole bunch of rhetoric and all these people that are in power, I'm talking about real power, like the Council on Foreign Relations, the Club of Rome. They talk about these things. The UN, the Trilateral Commission. This is an issue for them. They have the answer.
These conditions now surround more homes than ever, a catastrophic combination for fire season.
Tonight, an ominous forecast as we enter a hot, dangerous, and already destructive summer. Miguel Almaguer, NBC News.
In just 60 seconds, an artist named Biden and why the sale of his work is controversial. Our NBC News investigation. Back now with a dramatic move in Texas, Democratic lawmakers leaving the state and heading to Washington to try and block Republicans from passing a new voting law. Pete Williams joins us now. Pete.
Add another ID requirement for voting by mail.
Oh, yeah.
To a halt by depriving it of the required quorum. Republicans are pushing a bill to end drive-by voting and add another ID requirement for voting by mail. But around 60 State House Democrats left this afternoon, heading here to Washington, planning to urge Congress to pass a federal voting rights bill. If they'd stayed in Texas, they could have been arrested. A similar walkout by Texas Democrats in May shut down the legislature, so Governor Greg Abbott called this 30-day special session, Lester.
All right, Pete Williams in Washington, thank you. Now to America's crime wave. President Biden today urging local officials to use COVID relief money to combat a surge in violent crime.
As far as with the voting and what's going on with this group of people, it's a large demographic of white America that don't like the direction of where America is going. So they're trying to get crafty on, I think, Stacey Abrams. The little videos that pops up before the during the stream, the little video commercials, and she calls it Jim Crow 2.0. She make reference to that. It's just finding a way to once again make it difficult for minority groups to vote. So it's a little leveraging on the part of because Republicans have to cater to that demographic of people. These white racist weirdos. That wants to make America great again. So that's a large demographic of white America that feels that way when you go into certain areas. So they're trying to now finagle laws, just like what they always do, to their advantage. So it's a little bit of leveraging because now the other side sees them. We see you. But this is all bullshit. When you talk to Solarmind, they deal with this thing on many levels. So, all this is to create commotion and chaos. Because it's hard for a nation to function when there's a lot of internal shit going on with it. That's the ultimate goal. Usurp from within. So I don't give a damn about who wins that. In fact, I would much rather it to be obvious to you the position that the devil is taking. Yes, he is now changing the laws to make it harder for you to vote. What are you going to do? Want to put the ball into the black man's court. What are you going to do if they are able to do these things? They have you jumping from one leg to another. Now you got this senile man up in office. And then, so that means that the people behind the scenes is definitely controlling the situation. No different than when Reagan was in power. You know why they love Reagan? Because he was just as big of an airhead as Biden is. Sickly man during the administration. And a man that knew there was a power structure that he wasn't fucking with. Remember, they tried to assassinate Reagan. He made reference to because I believe that Reagan was against the Council on Foreign Relations and the Trilateral Commission being so entrenched in American politics. He didn't understand what was going on. So it was an issue with Bush being the vice president. Henry Kissinger had to talk to him. And after that conversation, he was a little more accepting. He's on record stating that, they pretty much, he said, I think his exact words, Reagan's exact words was something along the lines of Kissinger informed me pretty much of how my life would be if I didn't make that decision. So while you niggas focus on this voting shit, getting it together, it's all good because we need all that. You know what I'm saying? Something get passed to my benefit, cool, whatever. We do gotta live. But understanding the bigger picture, nigga, what are you talking about? The white man is the devil. Of course he's going to trick you. It says in the Quran that he said, I promise you nothing but to deceive you. That's what he promised. I promise to deceive you. That's the only promise that he's making. And how many times you going to allow the devil to deceive you before you wake up? No, because you live in the land of the free, home of the brave. You like some of the tricks that the white man sprinkled on you.
Kelly O'Donnell has more.
Violent crime on the rise. The president feeling the heat to act.
First responsibility of a democracy. That's to keep each other safe.
Convening his own crime summit today.
You know, they real slick with the shots too. You know what I mean? They got this. You know the media is powerful, bro. I'll tell you that. That media is powerful, bro. They can take an airhead like Biden and make it look like he's calling the shots. You know, everybody's paying attention to him. But focus on that black lady over at the other end of the table over there with the colorful shirt on. She got that nigga please looking at. Yeah, please. And what the fuck is you talking about, Biden? Like he's calling the shots. And this what fools you niggas. He's not calling no damn shots. Hell, I question if any president actually called this shots. This thing is being controlled. They're going to show you this picture. Oh, yeah. He's making decisions. He ain't making no damn decisions. You go by whatever these motherfuckers tell. That's why, you know why? This is how you know. Because every time he goes speaks public, he's reading some shit that somebody else wrote. If he's actually doing all this work, right? Why you got to be reading everything off the teleprompter? I mean, in a sense, like, if you tell me something about the Solar Vision Debate League, right? I don't have to read nothing to tell you. Because that's what I'm doing. Oh, yeah, anonymous and, some kind of, they're debating on the 18th. Yeah, 401k or life insurance, which is better to close the racial wealth gap. Oh, yeah, I know about Taz and I know about Domo. Yeah, they're debating on the 14th. So it's like, you know. You ain't got to be reading this shit over the teleprompter. But the media is very crafty. They'll show you these type of pictures. They got the general on the side. The bald-headed white scientist-looking motherfucker over there next to the general. The intelligent black woman. This has always been the setting, by the way. Even going back to the plantation. They go to, they used to go to Big Mama that, what's going on with them niggas? And she'll go tell them about the niggas. What's going on? That's what the issue with the white man and the white woman is. Why you got this? Because she's smarter than you, white woman. See, the white man's smart enough. He ain't gonna have no damn, You notice that, right? That the white man is smart enough not to have no white bitch calling no shots. He'll go get the black woman. You see, these are black women. And white men is in this building. When it's time to make some important decisions, you bring that black woman up in there. Yeah, buddy, bro. Condoleezza Rice held it down for George Bush. You get that black woman making them decisions, Interesting dynamic. So they got this airhead Biden looking like he a shot caller. Fuck out of here, nigga.
To hear from big city leaders.
These parents and families are looking for real relief right now.
In Philadelphia, 77 people struck by gunfire during the first 8 days of July. Smaller cities hurting too. Rochester, New York, with 37 homicides this year.
A sense of urgency. What can we do now?
Police Superintendent David Brown is from Chicago. NBC's Megan Fitzgerald is there.
It was another violent weekend here. 35 people shot, 11 people killed. Residents are calling on the mayor, the governor, even the president to do something to stop the violence.
But Republican critics slammed Democrats, saying they make police recruitment harder.
We've declared war on the police, and that is backfiring on those who have done it.
With a new memo today, the White House points to places like Walla Walla, Washington, and Cincinnati, Ohio, that are already using some COVID relief funds to hire more police, as a guide for how other communities could respond to crime now. Lester?
All right, Kelly, thank you. Now,
You know, it's an interesting thing with the crime, and I question all that. I know Dick Gregory, he got conspiracy theory on us, but I was feeling that. He said a lot of those crimes is coming from the police. I don't put it past the beast. So it's like a problem, reaction, solution type of thing. You know, that's going on with this whole thing. Something that you should look into. But in terms of stopping the crime, yes, in light of with the police violence, and this is the thing that the Republican Party, they kind of stand on this. They'll hit you with those numbers. Numbers don't lie, So when you had the George Floyd situation, Candace Owens would come on and say, well, there are way more black-on-black violence. There's way more of the black-on-black violence that you should be dealing with. What's the problem with that? It's pointing out the hypocrisy. So what is this really about? These perspectives that you gotta so cling on to when you're taking one side of the spectrum. You're not looking at the whole picture. So you may have some conservative views, but, be voting Democratic. I don't know how this whole thing works. What I do know is that this is a wicked system. And if you want to solve the problem, then solve the problem. Well, some people say take the guns away. You know what I say? I say give everybody guns. Give everybody guns, that'll solve the problem. Because a lot of these states, these states up north, they got them tough guns. Texas, they don't really be having those problems. Everybody got a gun in Texas. Give everybody guns or take them all. That's what I say. Give everybody guns or take all the guns away. That's how you solve the problem.
One of our exclusive reporting from Afghanistan, what the commander of American forces told us as he stepped down today with a long U.S. mission winding down and fears the Taliban will gain complete control. We begin with NBC's Courtney Kuby.
Today, a ceremony in Kabul marked the symbolic end of the war in Afghanistan. General Scott Miller handed over the reins of U.S. forces in Afghanistan to CENTCOM Commander General Frank McKenzie, who sought to reassure Afghans nervous about the U.S. withdrawal.
You can count on our support in the dangerous and difficult days ahead. We will be with you.
With them, but in dwindling numbers. President Biden declared the U.S. military would be completely out of Afghanistan by August 31st, but nearly all U.S. troops and equipment have left already. At the same time, a Taliban offensive has been sweeping across the country, threatening key cities, as the Afghan military no longer has American advisors.
If this government is overthrown, if the Taliban prevail, I think we can expect a return to medieval standards here in Afghanistan.
General McKenzie with a stark warning, saying the Taliban have their sights set on taking over Kabul and toppling the central government.
I think there's a real possibility of falling into a civil war. I think that is certainly very possible.
Meanwhile, General Miller, who ran the war in Afghanistan longer than any other commander, leaving Kabul tonight, unlikely to return.
You've been here for almost 3 years. I mean, what does it feel like to be leaving for the last time?
Well, it's a little bit different to be leaving for the last time, certainly, and that'll be something, again, just process over time.
After nearly 2 decades, America's longest war coming to a solemn and uncertain close. Courtney Kuby, NBC News, Kabul, Afghanistan.
I'm Richard Engel. Today, the Taliban took over another small base from U.S.-trained Afghan security forces, lowering the flag. The Taliban have not been this strong since the U.S. drove them out 20 years ago, when the militants ran Afghanistan and hosted Osama bin Laden, whose group Al-Qaeda carried out 9/11.
Yo. So now they're going to leave Afghanistan, right, to the Taliban. 20 years, bro. Y'all just going to leave them? I remember, you know, the agenda was to set up democracy and all that good stuff there. What happened to that? You know, the women's rights and all this type of stuff. And
one unit is fighting against the return of the Taliban and new bin Ladens, Afghanistan's commandos. We recently saw them in action. Their general says foreign extremists are rushing back to join what they see as the victorious Taliban.
These people who are coming to create troubles and problems for the world for the future, as they did in 9/11.
Even worse than 9/11, I'm telling.
You see how this all goes back to 9/11, bro. You know what? So let me code break. They need a new enemy, bro. They done kicked everybody's ass. They need a new enemy. Who's going to be our enemy? So they got to they're bringing now back the Taliban, you know, for this new enemy. What exactly is going on? Yeah, just like they did in Libya. They're going to make it turn into a shithole and, you know, pull the troops out. Where's the Taliban getting their weapons from? Somebody asked that question. Where's the Taliban getting their weapons from?
Fawzia Kufi is a member of parliament and a negotiator with the Taliban. Extremists tried to assassinate her twice.
You have been in war, and in war people don't distribute sweets. They kill each other. So do you think those who actually have been killed, they will not go for revenge and hostilities? They will.
I put that question to Muttasim Agha, a former Taliban leader who knew bin Laden.
Will Afghanistan once again become a base for international terrorist attacks?
The Taliban signed a peace deal with the United States, and a main point is that the Taliban will not allow any terrorist groups to operate in Afghanistan, he says. While the Taliban promised to keep Afghanistan free of international terrorists, there are more than 20 terrorist groups operating in the region, and they are coming in, inspired by what they consider the Taliban's victory over the United States.
I thought that the Taliban was a terrorist group. I don't know what the fuck. I thought that maybe my ignorance. I thought that the Taliban was a terrorist group. So then they're saying that the Taliban is not going to allow the terrorist groups to come in. That's what they said. The Taliban made an agreement with the United States military. What does this agreement entail? Explain to me what this agreement. And now all of a sudden America's pulling out, and then now they're leaving the people that supported them. You know, the Taliban is going to kill them motherfuckers. So they're anti-America on one end, right? So much so that they're going to kill the people, or the people are fearing for their lives that supported the United States, but they're behind the scenes making agreements. What does this agreement entail? And if I was like one of those Afghans that actually went to America for help, I'd be feeling some type of way, bro. Like, you mean to tell me I helped you and now you made this secret agreement behind the scenes and now you're just pulling out? That's why you say you kill the hypocrites. So, they're going by that, and, now that the Taliban is back, and it's going to be a lot of slow singing. And what the media is focusing on is like, they don't really care about the Afghans that they're leaving behind. They actually, sided with America. Are y'all going to be into that international terrorist shit? So I reassure you that, we're not going to be into that international terrorist stuff. But we damn sure is going to take Afghanistan back. They have no problem with that. So what was the war really about? They try to sell you all these things. Why it took so long? Why was it so long lasting? 20 years. They say this is the longest war in American history. This is what they say. So what was this really about? Because if it was just about 9/11, then okay, we, then I got killed bin Laden and, But then it turned into this whole attempt to You know, as what the general was saying, you know, take them from their medieval ways into a more advanced society. Put some democracy up in there. You know, eventually we have those Afghan women twerking. You feel me? That's how we do. We throw McDonald's and a Burger King up in that bitch. Give them a great adventures. Next thing you know, it'll be a whole new genre in the porn. Afghan chicks. You know? This is how we do. So, women's rights, oh yeah. We'll throw the women's rights. Let's get some of them Afghans sold on this whole ideology. You know, this is the American way.
Lester. All right, Richard Engel in Kabul tonight. Thank you. Now to an NBC News investigation into the secret sale of art by President Biden's son, Hunter.
No, boo. We don't want to hear that shit. Let's go to the next day. We got some more. We got some more banana clips. We got some more banana clips. Let me see. Which one is that? July 12th. Let's go to July 10th.
Tonight, another dangerous heat wave scorching the West. More than 30 million at risk as temperatures soar into triple digits, smashing records. One area just a few degrees short of being the hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth. And the massive fire whirl spawned by wildfires. Chaos at the airport. A bomb threat in Fort Lauderdale shuts things down for hours. Passengers evacuated, flights halted.
It took off without you guys?
Yeah, they wouldn't let us in the building.
Pleading for help, Haiti's prime minister asks for American military support after the country's president was assassinated. How the U.S. is responding. Taken down, the monument to Robert E. Lee at the center of the Charlottesville violence in 2017, removed and carted away. Final countdown, we're just hours from the first launch in the billionaire's race into space. The final preparations before takeoff as Richard Branson gets ready to leave the planet.
Ridiculously exciting.
Shoplifting warning, brazen thieves targeting merchandise, why some of the action may be coordinated, and why more everyday items will now be locked up at your local store. And to the rescue, the amusement park ride that almost toppled over, and the bystanders who rushed in to help.
This is NBC Nightly News with Jose Diaz-Balart.
Good evening. I'm Kate Snow in for Jose tonight, and we begin with yet another climate headline that isn't just a one-day news story, but part of a disconcerting pattern of climate change across the globe. For the second time in 2 weeks, parts of the West are seeing a record-setting heat wave, and it's expected to last through the weekend. You'll remember nearly 200 people died in the extreme heat we saw 2 weeks ago, and there are concerns tonight about keeping people cool and keeping the power grid online. We begin with Aaron McLaughlin.
Tonight, yet another staggering heat wave striking the West. California once again declaring a power grid emergency, one step short of rolling blackouts. With the historic heat fueling wildfires in Oregon, threatening power lines, and the Golden State's ability to import electricity.
Fires rolling downhill here.
North of Lake Tahoe, a fast-moving blaze also forcing evacuations. Continuation of the extreme conditions that gave birth to this. A fire whirl recorded nearly 2 weeks ago, so intense it was caught on radar. Facing a historic drought, California's governor asking residents to reduce power and conserve water.
This is jaw-dropping. Those are the effects of climate change. It's here, it's real, it's human-induced. The impacts, the acute impacts are happening decades before even the scientists had predicted.
With temperatures hitting...
Human-induced. Understand the language. You see an agenda being carried out right before your eyes. You don't even know it. Yeah, we got to do something about climate change. What's the problem? Humans are the problem. So this is why some of you dumb niggas be all for this whole population control shit. And I'm just saying, you know, looking at the history of the beast, he got something to do with them forest fires. Rest assure you, you're not gonna sell me on that. He's doing something. Now there may be somebody we gotta look into the whole thing and how he's doing it. He's doing something. He's guilty until proven innocent because he's done so much wickedness. You know, he's a repeated offender when it comes to the wickedness. So he's guilty until proven innocent with him. With you, yeah, guilty until proven innocent. Yeah, he's causing those forest fires. He's gonna have to prove that he's not. Because they're connecting this to an agenda. This is how you able to, look at the beast and see, what's this really about. They ain't got shit to do with no forest fires. They ain't got shit to do with no forest fire. This is part of this whole global warming. And global warming is coming from mass consumption and having an impact on the environment. What do we do about it? You kill off the people. Lower the population.
Triple digits across 10 states. 30 million Americans now facing extreme heat.
If your air conditioning don't work, I suggest you find some place to go.
Death Valley on Friday hitting a horrifying 130 degrees. Just 4 degrees shy of the hottest temperature ever recorded on planet Earth. This latest scorcher on the heels of the hottest June on record for the United States and a historic heat wave that blasted the Pacific Northwest. The death toll estimated at nearly 200. Homeless people among the hardest hit, including Barnett Moss.
He was 63 years old when he died of hyperthermia during the heat wave that ravaged our region.
Yo, it's how wicked these motherfuckers is, right? You're going to show, right, this lady crying, right? And what is she crying? Because this homeless person died. This homeless person died, so she's crying. You ain't give a fuck about that homeless motherfucker, because if you did, he wouldn't be homeless. Like, what are you talking about, man? He's up there crying. Oh, if you was that concerned about his life, he wouldn't be homeless.
Thermia during the heat wave that ravaged our region.
And Aaron joins us from Los Angeles. Aaron, when will people get some relief?
Well, Kate, forecasters say they expect the worst of this current heat wave to be over by Tuesday, but scientists are warning we need to be prepared for more intense and more frequent heat waves as climate change continues. Kate?
All right, Aaron, thank you. Now to breaking news out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Officials are investigating a bomb scare that shut down the city's airport for hours today, creating a travel nightmare. Vaughn Hilliard is there.
Tonight, the tense moments at Fort Lauderdale's International Airport. Thousands forced to evacuate after a bomb squad was called to investigate a potential threat.
The entrance at the airport is completely shut down from 595 and US 1.
Passengers with little information forced to leave their gates. Authorities shutting down major terminals for nearly 4 hours, causing more than 200 delayed flights in and out of Fort Lauderdale and stopping vehicle traffic outside. Many getting out of their cars, forced to walk, including this group of friends heading to Boston.
Our Uber dropped us off on the side of the road.
Sharing their miles-long trek by foot on social media.
How many hours have you been delayed?
We've been delayed for 2 or 3 hours.
And how many more do you have left?
10.
10 hours.
10 hours. Yeah.
This in the country's 14th largest airport, only creating a bottleneck situation.
Eve and Olivia missed their flight to summer camp in Georgia.
It took off at like 12:30.
Wait, it took off without you guys?
Yeah. They wouldn't let us in the building.
Outside, traffic snarled, and more hurried passengers running for their flights as millions of Americans take to the skies this month. Just yesterday, more than 2 million people were screened by TSA, just behind July 4th holiday numbers, breaking pre-pandemic records.
Home is where the heart is, trying to get home.
And Vaughn joins us now from Fort Lauderdale.
It's still an active
headlines, and now a new threat.
Students.
Yeah, we leave that COVID alone. I'm going on a COVID. That Delta variant. I already told y'all about that too. I said, watch they come out with a new, they're getting you ready for this flu season coming up. So they already setting the foundation for this Delta variant.
This question for parents: when do we expect to Haiti now, where officials are desperate for U.S. military assistance following the assassination of the country's president? The nation now in turmoil. Raf Sanchez reports.
As crowds gather outside the
Cuba
U.S.
and
Embassy,
Haiti.
pleading for safe passage to America. Haiti's government with a startling request of its own, asking for U.S. troops to defend key sites from further attacks.
We're not asking for the occupation of the country. We're asking for small troops to assist and help us.
But a Biden administration official says no plans to deploy American forces to Haiti. FBI and Homeland Security officials will join the investigation into who killed President Jovenel Moïse at his home on Wednesday and why. First Lady Martine Moïse badly wounded in the attack. Tonight, she released an audio message from a Florida hospital, sounding weak but determined to get justice for her husband's murder. Haitian officials say 17 men now in custody, including Americans James Salages and Joseph Vincent. 15 Colombians, many of them ex-soldiers, also arrested as part of the plot.
Come on, bro. So you got these ex-Colombian soldiers and these 2 Haitian Americans that are the suspects. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Like I said, the beast is guilty until proven innocent. What exactly is going on over there in Haiti? Now we know, because Julio Chavez, I think his name was, he was this one that said that they actually was able to get the tectonic plates going by shooting some type of shit into the, that whole what they call it, the HARP, that HARP technology, and they shot some type of shit into the tectonic plates and blew it up, or it had some bombs to blow up to cause the earthquake in Haiti. And then you had these, Hillary Clinton running her ass over there, taking the children out. They got caught stealing children. They got caught. Israel got caught selling body parts. What's going on over there? Now you got all these Colombians. It's not no natural born Haitian that was responsible for the death of the president. So it wasn't no internal strife. You got these 2 Haitian Americans, so they're agents, and these Colombians, former military is what he said.
Three more killed by security forces. But the hunt continues for other suspects. Police and vigilantes combing the streets of Port-au-Prince in search of assassins. And many questions still unanswered. How were the killers able to so easily get past security and take the life of a president? Raf Sanchez, NBC News.
In Virginia today, a turning point nearly 4 years after that deadly clash over Civil War monuments and race in Charlottesville. The Confederate statues were finally taken down. Monica Alba has more.
Cheers today as bronze statues of Confederate generals Robert E. Lee and Stonewall Jackson were pulled from public parks in Charlottesville.
There's happiness and elation, but sadness as to what it's taken to get us to this point.
These symbols are bad for the community, and today we've removed that hate.
Taken down a century after being built, and nearly 4 years after white supremacist and neo-Nazi groups held a Unite the Right rally, protesting calls to remove the monuments of the 19th century military leaders. The violence turned deadly when a civil rights activist was killed in the clashes that followed, but no visible organized protest today.
One small step
closer to the goal of helping Charlottesville, Virginia, and America grapple with its sin of being willing to destroy black people for economic gains.
Hours later, another controversial symbol gone. The
Look at her security, yo. I know I'm tripping. Look at her security.
America grapple with its sin of being.
So these are supposed to be a representation of these symbolic victories. You know, they could convince y'all of this shit. They could fool you, the layman. This is progress for the layman. They took down these statues. I don't give a damn about no Robert E. Lee statue. You know what's crafty about the beast? He'll create your victory. He manufactures what he considers to be your victory. Like, what do you want? No. We took down this Robert. Yeah, well, we want reparations. Well, how about I take this down, this Robert E. Lee statue for you? That's a victory. The media is a very powerful tool. So now you got these, and the white people will fall for it. So you got two levels of white supremacy. See, the dumb white folks, those was the ones marching out with the damn torches. You know, you can't replace us. Because they clearly see that they're being replaced. At least they're smart enough to know that they're being replaced. You know. But they're idiots because they're falling right along with the agenda. So now they're taking down these statues. I guess this can be a representation of the symbolic victory that you niggas so love to use.
Being willing to destroy black people for economic gains.
Hours later, another controversial symbol gone. The Lewis, Clark, and Sacagawea Monument. The city council first voted to get rid of the one honoring Lee in February of 2017, after then ninth grader Ziana Bryant started a petition for its removal.
I think it's definitely overdue, but I am happy that it happened.
Left behind, now empty pedestals, holding a new chapter of history.
And Monica joins us from the White House now, where the president reacted late today to this, right?
The White House tonight says President Biden believes those monuments belong in museums, not public places, and he welcomes their removal. Kate?
Monica, thank you. When we come back, new video of Richard Branson's final preparations before his launch into space, now just hours away. Also, stores targeted by shoplifters.
To that shoplifting shit. I guess this is a shot for the flat earthers.
Ready?
You know, he actually Brunson flew out of space. I don't know, man. I think I seen some curvature with them in the photos. Now they trying to, you know, now you could pay to fly out of space. They want to get to that point where you could pay to actually go out of space. So your flat earthers, y'all can get to see it now. You know, you got enough money. Once they get the, you know, the poor man's space flight out of space, you know, they're gonna have it soon for the poor man. You probably gotta spend maybe 10-15 grand, fly your ass out of space. So you can see if the earth's round or flat. And what John Henry Clark say? He said, I don't care if the earth is round or flat, the white man's gonna take it. That's what he said. I don't give a damn about if the earth is round or flat. What I give a damn about is who's controlling this round earth. Who's controlling this flat earth? This is why they worry about it. The white man worries about the earth's round or flat, because he controls this motherfucker. So first let me gain control over the earth before I begin to figure out if it's round or flat. I'm not going to be shining somebody else's car. I don't want to know if they got a V8 engine in somebody else's car. Let's find out after I take the car. Then we'll find all that shit out.
It feels wonderful.
Virgin Galactic pilots giving their final briefings.
To me, it's
Fire.
for this.
Discovered wandering nearby 2 weeks after the building came down. President Carter and his wife Rosalind were famous.
Let's look at the, okay, let's go to this whole thing. Let's get into this whole thing.
In some stores to unlock everyday items like toothpaste, soap, and razors. Well, it's because of shoplifters who are growing more and more brazen in their theft. Jake Ward has the story.
In California, a pack of thieves flees with armfuls of stolen...
Yo, this is the shit I'm talking about. A pack of thieves.
...merchandise, security tags still attached. In Washington, a coordinated attack on store shelves. In New York, another group strikes.
Turn around on your face!
But this isn't just shoplifting.
This isn't candy bars. This is hundreds of dollars in merchandise.
What we're really seeing is the growth of organized retail crime. They prey on vulnerable folks. So they'll go to a juvenile. They'll go to a homeless person. They'll say, here's $100. Here's a list of things we...
Come on, man. So somebody going around paying a homeless man $100 to go and steal some shit?
Need you to go in and steal.
Criminals often resell stolen goods online or even return them for gift cards. In San Francisco, we filmed this open market where police have said stolen items are offered up each morning.
If you're a major national retailer facing a shoplifting epidemic, what do you do? Well, here in San Francisco, 6 Target stores are going to try to reduce their exposure by limiting their operating hours.
Walgreens closed 17 locations in the last 5 years, blaming this sort of theft. Retailers have reported a roughly 60% increase in dollars lost since 2015. They point to several factors: reduced staffing during the pandemic and low morale, new hands-off store policies, and lower penalties. California, for instance, raised the threshold for a felony charge from $450 to $950 in stolen goods.
Some people calculate, hey, I don't want to go over the $950, so let me steal $949 worth of property.
San Francisco's police chief says that means the stores have to be willing to detain someone.
If it's a felony, our officers can take action, but if it's a misdemeanor, that arrest has to be a private person's arrest.
Retailers now keep even low-cost items under lock and key. Customers are forced to buzz associates for everyday items, from toothpaste to hair products to that 6-pack of beer. In the end, theft hurts more than the bottom line.
You can always deal with the...
And you know what the real thing behind this is, right? They have very slick ways of promoting this evolving society. Because what you're about to see about 2030 is a whole new society. They're going to get 5G. They got 6G actually coming too. So we're talking about 5G now, but 6G is definitely coming as well. And you could see the whole thing evolving. So this wasn't a problem before. Why are you showing it? It's a question you should be asking yourself. What they're trying to do now, and this is what they said. They're locking everything up. Soon, what's going to be promoted is you ordering your stuff and it being sent to you, because we're already beginning to do that already. So this is how they're going to intertwine what the corporations are doing with the new technology and now law. Why? Because you was running in and stealing the products. So who's really stealing these products and is organized? The shoplifter. The shoplifting, the organized shoplifting. The group of bandits. So this is another way of gearing you to now, okay, you now have to order. What? Why? This is part of their whole Agenda 21. Read about Agenda 21. See, you niggas ain't up on the overall agenda. See, you have to know the foundation in order to see when it's actually being displayed. And now I know you're thinking that, I'm paranoid, schizophrenic, conspiracy theorist. But when you read about Agenda 21, this is actual stuff that they're doing. This ain't no, plaything. Downsizing in these type of jobs. Technology has evolved. So now they want to change the society. And they change the society because in that society, in that technocracy, it's easier to control humans.
The loss on your balance sheet. But what we're finding now is our employees are feeling threatened, our customers are feeling threatened, and we really don't want that to happen.
Jacob Ward, NBC News, San Francisco.
Showed the same.
When
They
we
showed
come
the same
back,
photo
the
like
man
3
driven
times.
to help his community, one free car at a time.
You know when it's like an agenda, right? Like, yo, it ain't occurring enough for y'all to have like more than one. You know, they showed the same probably 3 or 4
Everyday
photos.
items from toothpaste to hair
They showed
products.
about the same 3 or 4 photos
We're finding now
every
is
time.
our
They just showed this
employees
photo
are
like
feeling
5 times
threatened,
already. This
our
one,
customers are feeling
I've seen
threatened.
that shit.
And we,
you know what I mean? For it to be a big problem, you know what I'm saying? Why do you keep on showing the same shot every time? You should have a whole plethora of, videos to show. I guess this looks savage enough to convince the masses. Remember, the masses are asses. They'll believe anything long as it's on the news. You niggas will believe anything as long as it's on the news. Yeah. See, Melanie, I do want to go in on the COVID thing, but I can't. This is Swab's channel. I'm gonna go in on that shit. I told y'all though. Didn't I tell y'all? Didn't I tell y'all about that Delta variant? I said, watch, they're gonna come out with a new strain to get you nice and prepped up for upcoming flu season for 2021. Delta variant. Yeah. And it's the fastest growing, playing these games with you guys. You're easy. The masses are easy to convince.
Tonight, a giant step toward the next frontier. Billionaire Richard Branson blasting off into space. The moment the plane left the Earth's atmosphere, the minutes he and his crew floated weightless. His message from the edge of space.
If we can do this, just imagine what you can do. Hey!
This in some ways make me, think about the flat Earth thing, Yeah, one of y'all, Sanchez, you gotta fly out to space now. Raise that $250,000. I think that's how much it costs now. $250,000. Fly your ass out to space and then you'll see. Now, if the Earth's round, you gotta come and say it's round.
Triumphant landing and our exclusive heat across the West. Record highs in Las Vegas and Palm Springs. Scorching temperatures.
I want to see more about that Haiti shit. They got that Haiti shit. They talking about the Haiti shit on here. Interview. I don't know. They're looking. Yeah, I think I see a curvature with that. But the white man's tricky. They talking about this. Okay, yeah, let's get back to this Haiti shit.
Aaron, thank you. Now to the unstable situation in Haiti. Tonight, officials from several U.S. agencies, including the FBI and Homeland Security, are on the ground there to assist with the investigation into the assassination of the Haitian president and report back to the Biden administration. Monica Alba joins us from the White House. Monica, what's the administration saying?
Kate, that interagency team expected to help in the expansive investigation and continued manhunt. The delegation also includes representatives from the White House National Security Council and State Department. And after their trip, those officials will brief President Biden so he can make decisions about next steps. So far, Haitian police have arrested more than 20 people, including 18 Colombians and 2 Haitian Americans. And while the interim government has asked for military assistance, there are no current plans to send American troops, though the Pentagon says the request is still under review. But something the U.S. will be deploying: thousands of COVID vaccine doses, possibly as early as this week. Kate?
Wow.
Okay, Monica, how about the...
Wow, you hear this shit. So they gonna... Oh, wait. Okay. So you mean to tell me that they're asking for troops? They're asking for troops. You're like, no, we're not sending no troops. But we do got enough of these COVID vaccinations for... Y'all ain't going to send the troops over there, but y'all send the COVID vaccination. We didn't ask for no damn COVID vaccinations. So you see now in Cuba and Haiti. You got Cuba and Haiti. Asking for some type of assistance, right? They done killed the president over there. I didn't see nobody in Haiti. So according to, whatever they got down, these suspects, none of them are from Haiti. They said the Haitian Americans. Cubans. They're looking like some type of coup, We'll read about it a couple of years from now, maybe 20 years from now. The economic hitman or one of those guys come out, the secret wars of the CIA. They'll come out with a book talking about this shit. Oh, but they got enough COVID vaccinations for you niggas though, right? They got enough COVID vaccinations for you for sure. Like I said, we'll be going live on the other channel in about maybe an hour and 40 minutes. And that'll be Taz and Domo. Their face off. And we're gonna bring Anonymous Hebrew and Asar M. Kai. We gotta get a date for their face off. Couple days. We'll maybe do it the day before that debate. I wanna bring the rookies in as well. So the rookies could get it in. But maybe I gotta talk to Yemraya first, because if we could get that thing settled and everything finalized, we could bring all of them over there. They got a good, a solid 10 debaters, I'm assuming. So if that's the case, it'll be a very big rookie class for season 4 of the Solar Vision Debate League. We'll keep you posted on that. In fact, I may call them right after this stream is over. Got a little bit of time. Shout out to the Argument League. They're going to try to sell the vaccinations over there. Their president just got killed and you're trying to send them vaccination. That's the new form of warfare. You see that they're taking down the statues of Robert E. Lee. Why? Because they got the vaccinations now. We'll let the vaccination be racist now. Let that vaccination be racist. We ain't got to be racist no more. As long as we can convince you to take that vaccination, we ain't got to be racist no more. You feel me? We'll see you guys on the other side. We'll do that. We'll deal with that whole thing on the other channel. We don't want to. Because, they'll flag the page and all that. I'd rather them flag my page than somebody else's page. Because this is the Argument League. Shout out to Swab BZ. We'll see how this thing go down. I'm gonna get them to mix it up just a little bit. We'll see if we can get them to mix it up. Do a little bit of boxing today. It's about time I talk a little bit of shit. I got my clips now. And let me show you my selected clips. I was looking to see let me see if I could pull it up. Let me see if I could pull it up. You know, promotional shit. You know, I'm always doing something. So just to let y'all know, this helped me with the video templates that I actually use for the promotional videos is here. You know, it's Envato Elements. That's what they call it. And y'all can see it. Envato Elements. So, you know, they have a list of things that you can actually choose from, the different stuff. And I just go to video templates. They give you, you know, they got the different genres. And, yeah, I selected a couple of clips. I don't know which one I'm going to actually use. I do know, I do have, as a matter of fact, I do. Actually, I do. I got a couple of. The freeze frame, energy, urban, dimension, and cinematic. I got a couple of. Yeah, so I just got to do the work now because I already got the clips. I already got the clips. So this is where it all happens. And I just look, you know, pretty much what I do is I look for the clip. You know, something that, you know, kind of fits what I'm trying to do. I used this one before. This modern drawing. I used that one before, the modern drawing. And then all the other stuff is just, you know, whatever comes to my mind. So I'm gonna get on that. I'm gonna call, you know, like I said, I'm gonna call Yamraya. I got a couple of promo joints that I want to do as well. And I'm actually right now, which is taking most of my time. Oh, this looks like a nice one right here. I don't know what's in. What is this? Actually, with Yemraya, I'm gonna talk to him for a minute about, you know, this merger that we supposed to go down in season 4, and yeah, I think I could use some shit off of this. I like the wording. Cut all the other shit out, but I like that part. All that other shit we'll cut out. Can use that joint right there. So, you know, the actual scenes is what you could put in, pretty much. That's how it works. So they'll put a scene in, like, you know, I use my own words, and all this part is like whatever you're gonna use. See, yeah, that'd be fire right there if I could throw Solar Vision Debate League on there right there, like there. Boom, boom, bap. Yeah, let me grab this jaw. Grab this dippy real quick. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Let's go ahead and grab this joint real quick. Yeah, this is a nice little program, you know what I mean? And then, you know, costs a couple, you know, couple dollars. You know? So, Let me get busy and do what I do. And we'll see you guys in about an hour and a half. You feel me? This is the Solar Vision Debate League. Let me bless y'all with them promos. I mean, what could you do to make it tough for him, you know, in the debate? And not necessarily with the information. I'm just saying there's certain tactics that you can do to make it tough for him.
I got 3 that I have on hand. However, I will not divulge those. But what I will say is, I'm going to listen very well to what Domo is saying when it comes down to the rapid fire and the rebuttal.
You think that you're a better debater as far as in the rapid fire round than he?
Yeah, I do. And I hope he lets me go first. So I believe the rebuttal and the rapid fire will belong to me. The rapid fire, that ass is mine. And that's where we're going to separate. And that's when I win. The rapid fire, that ass is mine. And that's where we're going to separate. And that's when I win.
The rapid fire, that ass is mine. And that's where we're going to separate. And that's when I win.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed for him to do that. And it became personal with me.
We are finally here for the highly anticipated first round matchup between Domo and Lance. And there's a lot at stake for both debaters, but especially for Domo, because a win not only takes him to the divisional round of the Solar Vision Debate League playoffs, but it also gives him the coveted Solar Vision Debate League MVP award. The rapid fire round is now in effect, and the debate is still up for grabs. Let's see who can pull this one out.
Like you asked me, do I think she's black? I'm asking you, would she have called herself black?
Would have been referred to and acknowledged that she's Ethiopian.
Okay,
Which
she would have called her. Hold on. She would have called herself.
Skin.
Hold on. She would have called herself Ethiopian, or somebody else would have called her
She
Ethiopian.
would have called herself a Ethiopian.
Who was that? Who was that woman? What was the ethnic group that she derived from?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. We're looking at a melanated woman. We're talking about who she is, and you don't know who. You don't know her ethnic background.
The handles through the leg, and then goodbye.
So there were racial categories like black and white at that time?
No, there were not racial categories like black and white at that time.
Okay. Well, do you have any evidence that shows that race existed prior to 1758? That the racial categories of black, white, red, and yellow existed before 1758?
Black, white, red, and yellow.
As racial categories were introduced into Western academia in 1758, do you have any evidence to show that those people before 1758 referred to themselves as the color black? So the woman that you're showing, would she have called herself black?
That's actually. Are you saying her color black?
Here's Irving, one-on-one. Oh, what a fake over Osman. Book it.
If I'm asking you, what is the name or what is the ancestry, what is the ethnic group of this woman that you are asking me to call black, and you're telling me that doesn't matter, how are you not reducing her ethnic cultural significance?
Yambo on that finish.
Irving from 3.
Even if you use that argument, according to today's construct, black would still be appropriate in ancient times when referring to
would she have called herself black?
I don't know.
No, would she have said I am a black woman? Would she have said that?
I am of the black race? Are you
no? Would she have said I am black? Yes or no, bro?
Yes.
You act like so there were racial categories like black and white at that time?
No, there were not racial categories like black and white at that time.
Okay. Would she have said I am black? Yes or no, bro?
Yes.
You act like so there were racial categories like black and white at that time?
No, there were not racial categories like black and white at that time.
Okay.
There's not much you can do against that. Spin, step back. Oh, that's nice. Kyrie Irving. Ridiculous talent.
Even if you use that argument, according to today's constructs,
black would still be appropriate in ancient times when referring to
would she have called herself black?
I don't know.
Did race exist at that time?
Yes, race existed at that time. Because race today, as we know it, did not exist in those days.
Irving upset, didn't get the call. Oh my goodness!
Domo, by far, has had the best season in the history of Solar Vision Debate League. Ranked number 1 in opening, premise, rebuttal, and closing rounds. Solar Vision Debate League 2020-2021 Judges' Choice Award winner, and now owns the coveted 2020-2021 Solar Vision Debate League MVP. This is the Solar Vision Debate League, man.
What are you talking about, bro? He connected with millions of people, bro. You think that this was just some, like, he connected with millions of people. You think that this was something that you, bro, you do not know nothing about organization, bro. It's clear. You have absolutely no knowledge of how to organize anything.
I know, since he took her,
it ain't working, bro. Can you please answer the question, bro? Can you please answer the question? He united millions of people. He started businesses. His organization clearly was infiltrated from within.
He united your mind.
Was his organization not infiltrated from within? Yes or no?
He couldn't even stay united.
Was his organization infiltrated from within? Yes or no?
He couldn't even stay
He
united.
don't want to answer the question. You know why? Because he's a goddamn liar. So how is Marcus Garvey getting paid?
That's not the debate, is it?
I'm asking you a question. How is Marcus Garvey getting paid? How is Marcus Garvey getting paid?
How is he getting paid?
How was he getting his money?
From black people believing they're going to go back to Africa, sending it to him and didn't go nowhere.
Okay, so you're saying that he was getting his money from the supposed share stocks that he was supposed to be getting from black people? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying he was scamming black people.
Okay, so I'm asking you a specific question. I'm asking you a specific question. Are you now trying to tell me that he was getting money from the stocks that he was supposed to be getting from black people to buy the ships? Is that how he was getting his money?
He was scamming, yes.
Yes, okay. You're dead. This is the actual file from what his arbitrator said. His arbitrator is now being interviewed by the FBI. This is what he said. He says, what salary does Marcus Garvey receive? And he says, he asked the question, well, from the Black Star Line? This is what Garcia is saying. From the Black Star Line? He says, yes. He does not receive anything from the Black Star Line. Right. So what are you talking about? Mr. Garvey's salary from the UNIA? He said, I believe it is $10,000 a year. So you're dead. He was receiving money, but not from the damn Star Line. You is so fucking dead, bro. Get off. You is disgusting. Get off my panel, bro. You disgusting, bro. Yes, he was receiving money, but not from the Black Star Line, bro. You were so dead. He gonna try to say, yeah, because they didn't have no money. Now, what about the $10,000 he was receiving from the UNIA?
After stomping Arlena's cousin like that, I knew I was gonna have to deal with that fool someday. But damn, I never thought he'd come back like this. Blasting.
This intellectual drive-by has been brought to you in part by the Solar Vision Debate League.
Yo, what's up now, partner?
I ain't these other niggas, my nigga. Don't play with me, bruh. You're fucking dumb. You don't know what you're talking about. And I came respectfully to tell you don't know what you're talking about. You don't. Okay, so I'm gonna start muting motherfuckers, bro. I will take you to the channels on YouTube
of the men who promote this shit. That white women will help you get to this position better than black women. I will take you to the niggas who
That's a myth as well.
and use Robert Smith as their example. But see, again, y'all only seeing this shit from the spectrum of worshiping this money, bruh. Fuck that money and fuck what he can do. If you ain't really trying to contribute from the heart, what are you doing?
Of course you think the judge's call was good, True Justice. I mean, you're a fucking loser. What would we expect from you? You're a loser running crybaby. You know what I'm saying? You didn't want no smoke when the smoke was right there in the air, nigga. The fuck you mean the judge's call was good? Your call wasn't good when you skipped that debate, nigga. What the fuck you talking about? The judge's call was good. Your calls ain't good. You a runner, nigga. Put your track shoes on and run up out the chat while I'm here. I want to talk to you, bro. Fucking runners on here talking about the judge's call was good. Of course you gonna say that shit. Your ass up. Fucking loser, niggas.
Another suplex by Taz. Taz opening up for the offense.
Bro, I'm not your audience.
Bro, you just said a couple sentences.
I'm not your fan, bro.
Off, bro.
Bro, I'm not
That's
your
lame
fan.
as fuck, bro.
He called them niggas loser niggas.
Bitch ass nigga ain't your fan either. You might as well kick me off too, whole ass nigga.
I'm not your fan, bro. So I ain't gonna go where you want me to go, nigga.
You might as well kick me off too, bro.
Right, let me,
Because I mean, if you can't talk to him, bitch ass nigga, you can't talk to me. You a whole ass nigga for that, bro. You a whole ass nigga.
Cool.
Pussy ass nigga, kick me off. Tell Solar to kick me off with your bitch ass. Pussy ass, corny ass, scared to talk to a nigga ass nigga. All over in the UK, whining and crying on stream. Can't even take it when a nigga bring you that heat back.
That's the problem. You think loving black people mean hating white people. That's your problem.
No, I think loving black people means not going to choose a white, dirty, playboy model, traitor, trash ass, dusty white bitch.
Now, old dog was the craziest nigga alive. America's nightmare. Young, black, and didn't give a fuck.
Who in the Solar Vision Debate League is man enough to stand to the wrath of Tasmania?
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.